Hello.
Oh, sorry.
How are you?
Well, I'm good now.
Okay. Are we ready? We have a great show tonight planned. It's going to be so fun. Well, it's actually, I won't use the word fun. It's going to be inspiring.
Yes. Incredibly inspiring. And I think we'll all learn.
Yes. And speaking of inspiring, nope, that's not it. Here it comes right now. Ready? Here we go. Hi.
Oh, I forget it. You know what? Mike's on the floor. I'm done.
Oh, Mike's on the floor. Okay.
Yeah,
she's Z.
Oh, and she's Rach. I'm over in the corner. Sorry.
And they're the Compass Girls.
We are.
Not unusual.
We've already started out on a bad foot. So
that was good. Okay, so yes, we are the Compass Girls. We are here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. You will find us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and like our page if you like us. And if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, if you like us, give us a thumbs up or subscribe. And we thank you for coming to watch us tonight live, or if you're watching on replay. You could always comment throughout the show. And we love to bring you the hottest trends in travel and products. And we're always trying to give you the best items and the luxuries you crave. Z, we also give out lots of prizes every week. So how do they get entered for that?
Actually, tonight, there's even better prizes. So make sure that you take that finger, put it down right under where you're looking at us. And there's a little button that says share. I want you to share to your page. That'll get you entered. Or comment. Just keep talking. Ask questions throughout the show. Make comments throughout the show. You can even discuss amongst yourselves. And that's great. As long as we can see the comments, each of those is an entry. And tonight we actually have a really special giveaway. If you were here last week, we had the Bring a Friend, right, Rach?
That's right. And I already see some friends here.
That's
I
awesome.
see Keith came with Judy. Vicky, we can see you. I'm sorry that you're in Facebook jail. You know, damn Facebook.
That gets us every time.
Oh,
so remember, if you brought a friend tonight, you both need to comment, because the first 15 people and the first 15 friends that comment each win. Are they getting this? The Be on Guard?
The Be on Guard. So
you guys are getting Be on Guard nasal and mouth spray. So, and with seasonal allergies, these are going to be great. It's nice to treat them naturally instead of having to deal with them after the fact.
That's right. So, how was your weekend?
Gosh, you're going to make me remember what.
How about your week so far?
The week has been interesting, actually. It's, it's typical of spinning my wheels. It's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back for me. But things are going good. The room is still, the office is still clean. I have to tell you, the office is still clean. Today I was doing an Instagram. And as I was doing the Instagram, it was for a foundation. I actually had to take it off before the show. I never wear foundation, you guys. I don't wear it on the show. This is me. I mean, I got blush on and enough cover up to, whatever. Those
to cover it up.
To cover it up. It doesn't really cover it up. But I walked out into the living room, and apparently I was a bit orange. My husband made a little comment about the color of my skin. It wasn't
orange.
Yes.
Well, yes. I was complaining how white I was because I put on darker makeup usually for the show because the lighting and everything washes you out. And I sat down and I looked like Casper. I'm like, what is going on?
I agree. You did. You were very washed out.
Yeah, I changed my lighting because.
Yep. Well, and we're both using new cameras. We're both using new video cameras. So I think we probably need to get used to it. Oh, and how's my excitement? I got interviewed for some sort of I don't know if it's a newspaper or a website or something, some fancy journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she interviewed me about being a senior influencer.
You're a hot commodity.
Yeah, at 68 years old.
I was frustrated on Monday because
I had a new computer.
I had a rough Monday. I got a new computer. I was so excited. I was yeehawing and everything.
Yep.
I set it up and then I couldn't get my email. So I went from like to, couldn't get my email. Then the cat got sprayed by a skunk, came in the house stunk, the cat stunk, everything stunk.
Oh my gosh.
Cat is like, that could have been a whole show in itself. And then I was like, you know what? Whatever.
Well, I see Chrissy Morrow brought a friend.
Yes. I got Chrissy and Liz. Yes. And then what else? So I know this is minor, but I'm blow drying my hair. And when I'm drying my hair, I'm going like this. And my nails are not painted or anything. And my hair got caught in my nail. There must have been a little slit and one piece of hair, and it just like sliced right under my nail, and my nail came off. But
you poor thing.
I know I had a
you poor thing. As I'm complaining about my teeth and my butt. Before the show, I want you to know that she asked me.
She was complaining about her butt.
About how I felt, and I go, from head to toe, I got a tooth that's got a problem and hemorrhoids. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh, see, Carol said hers does that all the time.
We get a little silly.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Starlight Ridge. Oh, it's an Australian Chardonnay. And don't ask me where I got it. I don't have any idea. You've been to my house.
Don't ask me the name of the wine because I just grabbed it and poured it. But I thought last week, I believe I drank coffee or tea or something.
What was I?
Something like that.
It was still.
This week I thought it's going to be a girlfriend chat night. So
this is serious enough. I don't think I've had a glass of wine in months. And this is a serious enough chat to, warrant.
And yesterday I did not work. I read all day.
You did. Because I tried to get a hold of you. And I was like, why are you waiting till the last minute?
You know what? So here, okay. All honesty.
I got to tell you, once we talk about the book and Christina's on, it's like, it's a really quick read. I have to say, I have a thing about,
why are you flashing?
It's probably the new camera. I have a thing about self-published books because I used to have a site that, I was a book reviewer. And so I went in she captured me immediately. And it's such an easy read that I was thrilled that I had started a while ago. I didn't want it. I wanted it to end because of the story, but I didn't want it to end because she's a very good writer.
Well, okay. So a lot of times I wait to the last minute for things.
All the time.
I am last minute Lucy. However, I was planning on starting the book last week. And then I don't know, it was just really busy, and it was one of those weeks where it was just meeting after meeting and calls, and I was just going. So I was like, all right, the weekend, I'll read the book. All right. Well, the weekend we wound up going duck pin bowling, which was so awesome. It was so much fun. We did horrible, but we had so much fun. I don't think any of us broke 100, but whatever, who cares, right? We had a lot of fun. We went out to eat and stuff. And then yesterday I was like, all right, let me at least read some of it. And I figured this morning if I needed to finish it or what have you. And I started reading it, and then it was that was it. Actually, Monday I started reading it because Monday night we were watching TV and I had it on the side, and when the commercials came on, I was like grabbing it and like going through it. All right.
Oh my
So
word. No,
sorry. And then yesterday I just read through
yeah.
the
It's
whole
one
thing.
of those books that when you pick it up, you just want to keep going until it's done.
Yeah.
It's just it's quick and it's easy
And we're going to talk to
we'll talk to the author.
Christina is coming on, who is the author. So let me get some things up here really quick that I'm dropping the ball tonight. So if you're not, I forgot to talk about the newsletter. If you're not on the fan list and you don't get the newsletter yet, please make sure you sign up, because Z does a beautiful job on our newsletter. Every week after the show, you receive a newsletter with all of the information from the show. So any links, any discounts, great information that we share. She puts in some of our fun facts. So make sure that you're signed up for that.
Your mother's having technical issues. I'm just saying, this is a show where mom comes on and has technical issues.
Yeah, I was having.
Your mother said her friend Marie is trying to get on. And it's telling her we're a private group. We're not a private group. We're public.
Wait, we're not a private group. No.
But it's always either you. It's always so. I love you, Eileen.
Oh, my mother's friend.
Your mother said it.
Oh,
I'm looking at the comments and I see your mom pop up. It's always fun when we see relatives pop up, like your mom. I can always think about my brother, who's probably hawking something at Bloomingdale's tonight just for fun, so that he gets a discount. The man retires with a ton of money.
Hi, Lele. So
Lisa!
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about Christina.
Yes.
So Christina Vitagliano, one of my paisans, okay? She is an author and entrepreneur. She is the founder of the successful family entertainment concept Monster Mini Golf. I know you guys have heard of that. Like that.
There's a great one in Las Vegas, but they're all over the country. I think you guys have one in Connecticut.
So Christina wrote Every 9 Minutes. It's a memoir by Christina Vitagliano, and she is joining us tonight. I'm going to get ready to bring her on. So let's get ready. Here she comes. Hey, Christina. How cool is that?
I don't know. It's weird.
I think it's very cool.
Psychedelic looking.
It is
I
weird.
got something behind me.
I know.
That is so cool. So, Christina, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
And you're actually 3 hours earlier, right? You're on West Coast.
Yes. Las Vegas. Yep.
Oh, Vegas. So we come out to Vegas. I have family out there.
Anytime. Yes.
Love
but I'm
it.
from Providence, Rhode Island. I'm from Providence originally.
Yes.
And that's where Zippy's from originally.
Well,
I'm in Connecticut.
I have spent time at Christina's, one of the places that Christina worked at. Spent time at my restaurant. Right. So
Oh, yeah.
It's a small world. Providence is a very small world.
It is.
It is. And then, well, you had some time you lived in Connecticut too, right?
I did. My husband's from Connecticut, so I lived there for a while. That's actually where we started Monster Mini Golf, was in Northeast Connecticut, and then moved back to Providence once it kind of got bigger, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And where in Connecticut?
Danielson, little tiny town Northeast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like right over the line. That's
you're pretty much Rhode Island. Yeah.
Suburb.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I have a friend that's from there, which is kind of funny because it's just a little place.
It is tiny, very tiny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So Zippy and I were just talking. Let me grab the book, which I gotta get up.
Reach.
because I lean back in my chair. You know
Oh,
how
you
when
know
you were a
it.
kid, you would lean back in the chair, and I know one of these nights it's just gonna go, and then I'm just gonna be on the ground. So this is the book that Christina wrote. Let me just move that.
The glare.
Yeah, it's every 9 minutes. I have to tell you, I couldn't put the book down, but at first it's a hard book
Yeah.
to read. Like you're going through it, you want to know what's happening. You want to know everything, but at one point I was literally like crying. I was reading it and it was hard. It was
Yeah.
really hard. But I love how you wrote it with the positivity, and you were such a fighter and you conquered, and you had that resilience that you made it.
Yeah.
Do
And I
you
think back then, and now I say to myself, wow, how did I do that? As you get older, you get a little wiser, and sometimes that's not better. But back then, it was more just trying to get out, and out of just my world. So you just were so driven to move forward that sometimes that's what got you through, is you weren't dealing with reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right.
Well, they used to say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's, it's very true. It's
We should
unfortunate,
probably
but it's
tell everyone, Z, like what the book is actually about, because we didn't go into that.
true. Yeah. Or we can have Christina, if she wants to tell her a little bit of her story. That
Do you want to tell a little
would you
bit?
rather her do that?
Oh, sure, I don't mind. This the memoir spans over 30 years, so it starts when I'm about 4 years old, and it spans till I'm around 30. And it's obviously it's about child abuse. So it started when I was very young, and it was in my house. It was my dad, who's actually my stepdad, but when you're 4 years old, that was the only dad I knew, and it lasted a lot of years. And I tried to cover, it was important to me to not only talk about what happens in the family, what happens to the child, but also how that child deals with it as they grow older. Because what happens to you when you're 4 years old, when that's happening in your house at night, isn't the same as when it's happening when you're 12 years old, and how you deal with it on the outside world, and how you come to realize that the rest of your family isn't dealing with that problem, and their family and your family, which are the same family, are not the same family, which is really weird. So it's a tough balance, I think, and you wonder why so many people people say we're survivors, and I personally don't like that word, because we're all survivors if we're breathing, and just because you're breathing doesn't mean you're doing well. So it's more, you have to learn how to thrive and balance that, and not let that own you, and that takes time. And a lot of people don't survive it even though they're living.
Right. And as
Right.
a child, you don't have those skills.
No, you have
Not
no
until
idea.
you're an adult that you start to develop those type of skills. And it was
Yeah.
interesting watching, even with your relationships along the way,
Oh yeah.
how your skills sort of changed and your
Yeah.
choices changed. And
Yeah.
And you moved a lot too. So it wasn't like you had those friends from the
Oh,
time you were in kindergarten all through school, with that best friend that you could share everything with.
yeah.
So,
That was hard. I don't think that I realized that until I got much older in life, and even now, because especially with Facebook and the social media, that I see a lot of my friends who I had for like 3 years or 2 years, who are hanging out with people they've been hanging out with for 30 or 40 years, and that's
Yeah.
amazing to me. But there's a bond there that I can't even relate to. It's weird.
well, it's funny because one of the things I told my girls as they grew up, because I do have a couple friends, decades from when I was little. One of my best friends was actually my babysitter. now she's family. It's not even she's a friend, she's family. But some of my best friends I met when I was older, like Zippy. We met 12 years ago, and we were already older. We knew what we wanted in life, and we knew like how we bonded and everything. So I think you can create bonds later on in life, but
Absolutely.
when you're a teenager, you know, I'll tell you, when I read a book, I get so involved that I think about that person, that character all the time. And reading this, you know, again, I was like talking with you at that age and like, oh my God, we would have been such good friends. And, you know, I would have kicked ass and da, 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 da. And then it's like, wait a minute, this isn't a character in a book. This is an actual person. So that was a little bit different for me as a reader to like actually comprehend that. Was that weird for you to say that it wasn't like an actual character?
No, because it was a memoir, and I immediately, you know, felt drawn into her story. And I think all of our backgrounds are very different. Rachel and I were talking about this earlier about how, but at some point in our lives were never perfect. You know, I don't think anyone's life is perfect, and you can't go back. And I thought my life was perfect. I thought I came from the perfect family, right, and everything, but it's not. I mean, it's a myth. The whole thing is a myth. And so, no, I didn't. I actually started to see, while I did not have the same experiences as Christina, you do start to see, I agree, you start to see things in the character or see things in the story that you go, oh, well, something different happened to me, but, you know, and I saw where I wasn't strong enough, or I was too young, or you and I talked about, I had something I never told anybody. Never told anybody.
So this is my first memoir I read.
Oh, is it?
Ever.
Yeah.
Girl!
So I think maybe that's why it was difficult
Yeah,
for me
you
to
read fiction.
understand
Yeah,
it was a
if
real.
I turned my computer around, there are about 500 books behind.
I'm not a big reader.
So.
I like to read, but not all
You
the
like
time.
to be taken someplace else. I understand that. That's really important too. That's
I
just
would rather watch something or like travel and hear someone tell me the story.
right.
But
no, but again,
when I do
I think that we
that's it. I'm reading.
Yeah.
Like I'll read the whole book. I can't. Maybe that's why I don't read as much, because once I start it, if it's a good book, if it's not a good book, I start it, I put it down, I never pick it up again. If it's a good book, then I'm reading it right through.
And as I was saying earlier, one of the things, and I used to review books. Christine, your writing's very compelling, and probably because it's so honest. And then there was that whole Providence factor, which kind of, you know, kept me going. But I was going, Andrea, I know what that is. I know what the real name is. You know, but that was almost that became like a relief to me from like, sometimes you need as a reader with a book like this, you need to put that down and take a breath every now and then, because it's very powerful. And so that was almost like my tiny little escape for a moment and then to go back. I mean, it's a wonderful book. You are an incredible natural writer.
Thank you.
Which, as a reader, I really appreciate. But a book that's as powerful, that's why I was wondering why Rachel started it so late, because a powerful book, you sort of need time to digest it. You need time to put it down and really sit back and go, and kind of absorb what you've been through. But that's where I did it in those moments of places that I recognized. And that was my escape from your reality. It sounds bizarre, but I think
I understand.
Pardon?
I understand that.
Yeah. So I needed that. And you do that beautifully. You do that by giving us information and not giving us too much information. You don't give us more information than we need. We can use, that's a mark of a good writer, is that you bring us to a point, and then I can use my imagination about what happened.
We have a question. Someone asked, what was the hardest part of writing the book?
All right, so I'll tell you that I wrote the book over 20 years ago, and then I put it down. And two things happened. One, I wasn't sure if I was ready to release it. And this was at 20 years ago. This was really before self-publishing was just really, I mean, now you can self-publish anywhere. So at the time when I was done, it was 630 pages. So I know. So imagine that. So talk about not putting too much information in. I literally had to get through my entire life to get it down on paper. And I said, okay, well, this is a lot. So now it needs to be edited. And then I learned that editing costs a lot of money. And we didn't have any money back then. So the quote was, I think, about $5,000 to have it edited. And then I thought, well, we don't have that kind of money to spend on something that I don't know if that is ever going to become anything. So why don't I go create something or make a business where it's not consuming my life, because I was a workaholic, and I'll raise the $5,000 to get the book professionally edited and hopefully someday get it published. And then in the meantime, I'll have a job where just me and a friend can work in the business and we can have some fun and make some money and then, publish the book. Yeah. So the book sat on I created Monster Mini Golf to raise $5,000. So almost 18 years later, the pandemic hit. And I sat down and I said, I think I'm ready to do this now. I took a breath, and I've had it edited 5 times since then. Over the years, I was like, I'm going to get it done, and then I'll put it down again. So when the pandemic hit, I really, really got back into it. We edited it down hundreds of pages. I had a wonderful editor this last time, and she said 2 important things to me. She said, go through your entire book chapter by chapter. And if you're reading something and there's no reason for it to be there, it's not bringing you forward in the story, it's not helping the reader get to that next chapter, then it doesn't belong there. I was like, wow, okay. So that helped me kind of take me out of a lot of this. Things that were important to me aren't important to you if you don't know me. Right. You have to get through that when you're writing a memoir. And then she came back to me with other things that said, look, in this scene, you're not detailed enough. You're not explaining what you need to explain in that scene. And this was in 2020 or 2020, before Christmas. And she said it back to me. And she goes, you need to put more detail in these scenes. And they were all very, very hard scenes. They were really tough ones to write. It was all abuse scenes. And one of them was, I think, to me, the hardest scene in the book was when we lived in Arizona. And that was the hardest thing I ever wrote, was that particular scene. So she said, you need to detail it more. And I said, I can't do it. I don't have the ability to do it. So I put the book down and said to myself, I'm never going to publish it. And I sat on it for 6 weeks, all through the holidays. And I got up one day and said, I looked at it, didn't even tell my husband, and just said, I'm going to start writing. And I did it. And I got through it in hours. And I didn't even reread it. And I just sent it to her. And I said, I did what you asked. You edit it because I don't want to read it again. And then she did.
Did you have to, or was it hard for you thinking about what the family thought? Because how I saw you in the book was that you were more worried about your mom and how whether she was happy with you than whether you were happy with yourself. So, and you do talk about that, how you were, saying things and doing things to please other people rather than please yourself. So how did you handle that part?
The mom part, I haven't talked to my mom for a very long time. And that was a big decision. And it was when you have to do that, when that is the right decision in your life, and it's not always the right decision, but when it is, it's a tough one. It's like divorcing your parents. It's hard to do, but it was either I need to get healthy and carry on and move forward with my life, or I'm just never going to have my own life. It's just not going to be mine. I'm gonna, it just wasn't working. So I've done that, and I did that before I published the book. So when I published the book, it just went out, and my family was my family, and I said, okay, we're going to see what happens. Obviously, I changed a lot of names.
Great.
You hope that they support you, and if they don't, then you have to be prepared for that. So pre-publishing wasn't just editing a book and hoping you can publish it, and learning how to publish correctly, which is a whole big thing. It's also preparing yourself for the outcome of dealing with things like this. So I have an attorney, I have a literary attorney, because you have to say, well, this is what you can say, here's what you shouldn't say, who's alive, who's not alive, things like that. So there's so much more that went into, are you ready to share this with the general public? And in my world, what I've learned is whenever I make a decision that's based on risk, which is a lot all the time, my husband will tell you that's all the time. I always say, what's the worst that can happen? And you come up with the worst and you say, can you deal with that?
Right.
And if you can, how are you going to deal with that? And I answer that first. And if I can, and I'm prepared for it, then I do it.
Wow.
And
That's,
so
Great attitude.
kind of what I did.
That is a
Awesome.
great attitude. Yes.
Yeah, for a second.
Yep.
And that's a huge takeaway, I think, for all of us. That should be.
Yeah, and the outcome sometimes is not what you want it to be by any means. I hope that they would all read it and say, geez, I'm sorry, and I understand what you went through. But no, that's absolutely not what happened at all. But I'm okay with it. That they have their lives, I have mine, and
Did you always, or did you write it for it to be a book, or was that part of your own self therapy?
No, I 100% wrote it to be a book. When I came to terms with, okay, my husband knows about this now, and I've actually told somebody, which is obviously the first person that I told, then I was mad. I was angry. So a lot of it was, you get it out. So that 100% is therapy. No matter what you say, it is therapy. Because as I was writing, when you're 12, you go back and you say, oh, at 12 years old, this is my 12-year-old scene. And I would read it and go, well, there's my problem right there. But at 12 years old, I didn't know that.
You start seeing it. It's like,
Oh
aha.
my
Yeah.
God. And you get to a point where you're 30 years old. I'm like, holy cow, this is so, it's like black and white at that point. And you don't realize it until you've put it on paper. So yeah, it's therapy. But once I came to terms with the fact that I was going to admit what happened, then I was angry because it was happening to other people. And I don't want that. That's a
Right. And
thing to deal with.
And that's a wonderful thing to be able to get it out, because a lot of people can't, because as you're writing, you're reliving, and you have to relive every moment of it. And that's going to be devastating. I can't imagine just having to relive it every time you sit with pen and paper or however you're doing it. But to know that someone's going to read it and it may make a difference and make a change and make someone speak out. That's going to be huge. That's going to be very gratifying, I imagine.
Yeah.
So I did a little research, and these are not so fun facts, but
we usually do fun facts. Sorry.
Yeah, these are not fun facts, but it's estimated that 20 million children live in households with an addicted caregiver, and of those, approximately 675,000 are suspected of being abused and or neglected. So that's we're just talking about addicted caregivers. There's up to 10 million children that are exposed to domestic violence annually. And 10 to 20%, and this is just in California, family homicides are witnessed by kids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then 1/2 to 2/3 of children living in such circumstances grow up and overcome the odds. And they do go on to achieve successful and well-adjusted lives. But this is just to show like what how many children are going through so many, whether it's neglect or abuse or seeing homicides, and you always hear the saying, like, kids are resilient. You always hear that. I've said it before, like,
Yeah.
he fell. Kids are resilient. Like, he's fine. So I think for anybody who's gone through something, and it doesn't even have to be abuse like this, but even for someone like me, I've never been abused, but when I read it, I had trials that I thought were horrible at the time, like, how am I gonna get through this? And it just helps you see that, you know what, I can overcome this. I can do this. So it's not, I think it's a book for everybody, because what is hurtful to me, someone else might say,
Oh, yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I learned that once it was out there, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have a message on Facebook or from one of the other social media platforms from somebody that went through something similar. And what you learn, and this is from I worked at a nightclub. Part of this book involves working at a nightclub, which was probably one of the most educational things in my life, is that what happens to one person, that same thing can happen to another child, and they're both affected so differently. So one might be able to overcome it and one might not ever be able to overcome it or talk about it. So when I said I wanted to write and share it, is because it's nice to know when you're a kid, especially a teenager, that, oh, somebody else is going through this. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm not the only one. And I'm not the only one that's out there just trying to function as a normal person. And that's huge.
Yep.
So my job now to myself is to share this information with as many people as possible, to do the public speaking that that if I can, to get out there, because there are so many people that will never be able to talk about what happened, even though in their heads they want to, but it's just, that's life. Sometimes people can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I want to share, like, what is resilience. So the definition is that resilience is the capacity of people to effectively cope with, adjust, or recover from stress or trauma. It's the process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences, and it's the ability to rise above one's circumstances. And I think everybody, like you were saying, everybody handles things differently. So everyone's resilience is also different, and it may be more difficult for one person to bounce back or overcome or whatever the word is for it than someone else. And then we all have our vulnerable times too, where you're in a situation. I remember being in my first corporate job. Now everybody's like, "Oh, Rachel, you're loud, you're rambunctious, you're blah 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 blah," and I'm like, well, I wasn't always like that, and I'm not always like that, and I'm in this corporate job, and I'm sitting. I started moving up in the company a little bit, and I'm sitting with all these like VPs, and they got all their fancy buzzwords, and I'm all like New Haven hood, Italian slang, and they're talking about their college and and here I didn't even finish high school, and I was sitting there and I could feel myself just sinking.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Screw this shit. They're only people, like, whatever. And then I had to actually like take a deep breath and just go for it. And then you couldn't shut me up after that, but I think we all have that vulnerability. Yeah. The producer's like, tell me about it. but we are vulnerable with certain things. And
Yeah, at moments, and with certain circumstances, and with certain people too. Sometimes
Oh, yeah.
it's just it's the dynamic between people, whether it be family, or your spouse, or even your kids or friends. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends.
so I know that because someone had put this question out earlier when we had said you were going to be on. So I am going to ask, but they had asked, is there any tips that you could give for success with a business owner?
Yeah. I mean, boy, have I made a lot of mistakes. So sure. I guess, and that's a kind of a loaded question. It depends what business, you're starting. But I would say there's so much information online right now. So it seems like that's the first thing we do is how to start a business. And you Google how to start a business, and you'll see the same 10, like I call them buzzwords, and the same 10 answers. And most of it's crap. Most of it's 100% crap. It's just stuff, it's like book learning, which obviously is good at sometimes, but when you're starting a business, it's more about I MacGyvered it. I never had any money to start with, so nobody gave me any money or anything like that. So I start backwards with everything that I do. What can I do? What do I have to do it with? And how do I get to step, or plan B or step B? And if I can get there, then I'm going to try it. So I don't pay attention to any of that other stuff. Nothing. None of the things. I just try to move myself forward a little bit at a time. And if I'm going forward, then forward is good. And if I fail, and I don't care about failure at all. And I think it's because I've come from nothing. If you don't have any money when you start, that means that you've learned to survive without money, or you can survive with a regular job. So every time I take that risk, and it's a risk where I fear losing what I've started or what I've gained, I always say to myself, well, can I just go back and I'll lose, work at Walmart? Can I survive work? Yes, I can. Then that's okay. I'm going to keep moving forward. I think people are afraid to take steps because they're afraid they're going to lose what they just gained, but they've learned how to do so much less, live so much less. If you have children, different story, because you also have to include them. Can I feed my children? They should come first.
And there's always peanut butter and fluff for the kids.
That's true. And
a lot of baloney.
I think that we learn more from our mistakes than we do from anything else, because you learn what not to do the next time. And so you hopefully don't repeat those mistakes. And that just pushes you ahead a little bit each time.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about Monster Mini Golf a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah, because we all want to know about it.
Yeah.
Can I just want to give a couple fun facts.
Oh, Rachel and her fun facts. I need a break.
And then we'll go
fun facts.
Because I have fun
breaks
facts for
during
golf,
the show.
and I have fun facts for the mini golf. So let's just focus for a minute. So reading is the fastest way to build your vocabulary, unless you're me and you still say words wrong. The longest word, or you make up words, there is the Rachel vocabulary. The longest word consists of 189,819 letters. What?
Is it there?
It's the name of, okay, I'm going to say this wrong. Tintin?
Tintin? Like the character Tintin?
I don't know.
Like the French cartoon Tintin?
A giant protein? Really?
A giant protein. It's called Titin. Titin.
Okay. And she'll start giggling now.
I'm not making this up.
Sorry.
The world's tallest book is 6 feet. It's the collection of maritime rules. It's stored in the Amsterdam Museum. Its height is 6.4 feet, and it's over 3 feet wide.
Wow.
I wonder how big the print is.
Stephen Bloomberg stole, not Governor Bloomberg, but Stephen Bloomberg
That was Michael.
Thanks.
stole 23,000 rare books from 268 libraries. The total value of the stolen books is estimated to be over $20 million.
Wow. Okay. Did you steal books from the library when you were a kid?
Yes. I still have a book, and I actually tried
How
to
overdue is that one?
So it's very old. And I tried to bring it back because as I got older, my conscience grew. So I tried to bring it back and they were like, no, it's not in our inventory. I'm like, no, it used to be in your inventory. They
But it
won't
was
be-
40 years ago.
yeah, probably about 30 years ago.
Oh.
And I didn't intentionally steal it. It was you forgot to bring it back and all of that.
I used to steal art books. Because that was my thing. I used to steal art books from
Ah.
and it's terrible. From the Providence Library because they had beautiful art books.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
I'm
library.
telling.
They had a gorgeous library and
Yeah.
they just had such a collection and I used to steal them.
I am telling. All right. So, all right,
Okay,
let's
let's
talk
take
about
Trinity.
monster mini golf because then I have some cool fun facts.
All right. We are indoor blacklight monster themed mini golf. And then inside all of our venues, there's a DJ on the golf course playing music. So you can kind of have fun and dance while you play music. We have party rooms. We have arcade games, bowling in some, laser tag in some, laser mazes in some. So we've grown a lot over the years. We're about to turn 18 years old in May.
Wow.
Yeah.
And one in Connecticut is where?
It was in Bethel, Connecticut. Yep. I'm sorry.
We have a lot of viewers who are in the New York, Connecticut area.
Yeah, Connecticut,
right now,
Mass, New
yeah.
York, yes.
Mass, New York.
And
yeah.
one is opening in Jersey. I love I love anything arcade, bowling, laser tag, all of if it's geared towards kids, I would turn my camera around. There's nothing but like Marvel and Star Wars.
You have that camera, you could just take it off now.
Well, it's messy over there.
I swallowed wrong.
I shouldn't. It's a little bit messy over there.
Sycamore Drive-In?
Is it by the Sycamore Drive-In?
We had I swallowed wrong. Excuse me. We had one by Bethel. And it was I'm sorry.
No, that's
So
okay.
it happened to all of us many
Holy
times.
cow. And it was a franchise, and we didn't renew the franchise, so we let the franchisee go on their own for many reasons, and you learn that over years.
Yeah, franchises are tough.
Yeah, we're almost all franchises.
Oh, you
So
are?
wait a minute. Is it still there empty? Like, do you need me to take it over?
Oh, crap. Oh, my God.
That would be fun, though. Yes. No, but we have 6 in New Jersey. We've got 3 in New York. We have opening another one in New York, 2 in Massachusetts.
Oh.
We have 28 across the country.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yep.
I love that. I mean, and it's such a fun spot because, Rich and I were driving and we were reminiscing about when the kids were little, and it's like there's nowhere for families to go anymore. Either you go out to eat, to the movies, or regular bowling, which the kids aren't into that. Like that's boring for them, regular bowling. Like there used to be the arcades and things like that, and there's nothing. There was a place near us, and it had the laser tag, which was so much fun. And then they weren't, I don't know, it was not, they closed.
It's hard to find, excuse me, it's hard to find good family entertainment centers because in most cases, they're not run by adults. Usually there's a bunch of kids behind the counter.
Right.
So one of the most things for us as we grew was we could keep opening more locations or we could franchise it. And at the time, I didn't know anything about franchising. I knew that Dunkin' Donuts did it and McDonald's did it. So I got online, tried to learn, picked up the phone, and did probably exactly what you would have done and said, how do I franchise this business? And I learned how to franchise a business. So now all of the Monster Mini Golfs are independently owned by adults like me. We train them. We teach them that it's very important to run it a certain way to be successful, so that because when you walk into a family entertainment center, the kids are going to have a good time no matter what, because they're kids. And they're going to have a good time for 20 minutes. But for a parent to walk up to you and to say, not only did I have a good time, but I felt safe here, that's a hard thing to accomplish in most of those facilities. So our training is based mostly on that. Be nice, make people feel safe, be clean. And if you do all of those things, the parents are going to bring those children back because they feel good about it. The kids always have fun.
Yeah.
So there's so much more that goes into running a successful business than, okay, here's a mini golf putter, here's a golf ball, and here's some music. It's not about that. It's about everything else behind the scenes that makes all those little tiny things, makes us Monster Mini Golf, makes our concept work.
That's awesome. I can't wait to go to one.
And
well, when we come out to Vegas, we're gonna go to the Kiss one.
That's so exciting.
So, well, Rich is a huge Kiss fan. I'm a Kiss fan, but he's like fanboy with Gene Simmons. Although Paul Stanley, that was the one I interview celebrities all the time. He was the one celebrity I could not speak to, and I literally made an absolute fool of myself in a bookstore with Paul Stanley.
We've learned, we've actually developed a very good relationship with the band over the years. I work with Gene a lot now. I run his backstage bass business. So if you want to meet Gene Simmons backstage, I'm the contact person for that.
Wait, with the axe?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yep.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so we've worked together for a long time. So
all right, I'll be emailing you.
Yeah. People say he's tough, but if you've read the book and you know what I've been through with some of my former bosses, he's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
But I like working with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, well.
No, we're not going to.
I can hear Rich in the background. I don't know.
I know, because I want to say it so bad. He's like, tell the story. All right. So I have some more fun facts. So golf, regular golf, it was actually banned not only once, but 3 times in Scotland between the years of 1457 and 1744. Because the government believed it interfered with the military training.
Really?
Wow. So St. Andrews was done.
And golf balls were originally made of feathers and leather.
Yes, they were.
Wow.
Sounds like one of my
outfits. Light. Oh my God.
Oh.
I forgot my mother's on here. The oldest known mini golf course in the world, the Ladies Putting Club of St. Andrews, is in Scotland, and it sits right next to the legendary St. Andrews Golf Course, a regular site of the British Open, in case you didn't know that.
Nice.
That's the Mecca. That I hear about. One day I'll go to Pebble Beach. One day I'll go out to St. Andrews.
Someday I want to go to Scotland. The first recognizable miniature golf course in the U.S. opened in 1916.
That's pretty late.
At Pinehurst, California, called Thistle Duh. Really? For real, that's the name. Thistle Duh. Like
duh? Like duh?
Duh. And pronounced as this'll do.
And we have another another Rachel. So whoever is in the contest looking for Rachelisms, you just got another one for when we have a drawing for Rachel.
This'll do, I
There
said.
you go.
It's this'll do.
There you go.
My
The
favorite
name was
was
a
he tries
play
to
on
pronounce
words.
things that are French.
It was indicating that this will do in place of a full-size golf course. This is
I
good
find
for
mini golf
Christina.
tough. Actually.
Christina,
It
you
is.
probably already know this though. The idea of glow-in-the-dark miniature golf courses began in Scandinavian countries such as Finland, since the northern countries experienced months of short days and long nights. The glow ball and glow courses allowed them to enjoy the game all year round.
Yeah.
What's it called?
So the little ones that glow in the dark. Yep.
Okay. What, Mr. Producer?
Why is it called golf?
Why is it called golf? Why? I don't know. Why is it called golf?
Golf is an acronym for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. When it's
Oh.
started in Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's the dumb stuff I know.
that's good.
that was a
Okay,
good
that's
one.
true. So this
Yeah,
is-
it's actually it's funny because it's a tough sport. I mean,
is.
you know, it's fun, and
Yeah.
and you make it fun by what you do, but it's tough. Putting is
Mhm.
hard.
People always say to us, "You guys must be pros." Mini, I'm like, no, we have no time to play.
Can't imagine.
But even so, like mini golf is so different. Like,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I think, so it's earned a special day dedicated worldwide.
Yes,
September 21st is Miniature Golf Day.
it is.
Wow. So everybody has to go to Monster Mini Golf on September.
Yeah, so
21st.
September
Book
21st.
now.
I think we should have a big party at Monster Mini Golf.
You can come to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. I'll be in New York then.
He
but
loves
ooh.
Vegas. We had so much fun. Oh my gosh. It's so much fun there. Loved it. So we also have Pam here tonight, Pam Thiel. So Christina, I don't know if you're going to be able to hang around a bit, but we're going to talk to Pam, and then if you want to come back on, then we could all come back on and chat a little bit.
Or if you've had it with us, that's okay.
You're like,
I'm known for. Rachel knows that I have two words. It's I'm out.
I'm out.
I just when I've had it, I just go I'm out, and that's
yeah,
it. That's
she
all I have
does
to
do
say.
that to me.
And she knows enough to back off.
Although today I did it
You did
kind
it.
of
You did
to
it
you.
me.
I
You're
was
very
like,
kind.
Z, I love you.
She said, "You know, I love you," and that was I was like, "Oh God, what did I do?"
You know I love you, but I gotta go. I'm out of here. But so Christina, we're gonna put you back into the green room so we
Okay.
can have Pam come on out, and then we'll come back and grab you.
All right. Thank you.
If you're around,
Thank you
And
so
if
much,
not,
Christina.
thank
All right.
you.
Thank you,
It's
guys.
every 9 minutes, a memoir by Christina Vitagliano.
Yep.
And we're giving away, or Christina is giving away 5
Oh my God.
copies. I
Yeah,
forgot to say that. 5
And
copies.
easy Amazon, easy purchase because it's Amazon.
Yes.
It's 1, 2,
That's
3.
right.
And you know how Amazon and books are; they come really quickly, and you could be. It's a great weekend read. I mean, in terms of you'll get it. It's a quick read.
Bye.
She writes so that it's a quick read. It's easy.
Bye, Sue.
You'll love it.
Yes, and the I don't know if you see everybody's thanking you for.
I did. I was like, bye, guys.
Yes.
One of my
That's
friends
the
in
nice
Rhode
thing
Island
about
was just
doing
on.
it this
So
way.
I'm
We
like,
can
"Oh,
see what everybody's. Yeah.
All right. So hopefully we'll see you in a little bit, Christina.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
See you in a bit.
Bye."
Okay.
When you do that, I have to move this way. And then I've got the next. I've been drinking. think I need food.
Uh-oh.
And this is something that's coming up on a
He
later
said
show.
there's a shock.
I don't
All right,
know.
so-
Oh my gosh, it's coming up on a future show.
I'm gonna just introduce.
Food's good.
I've been drinking too. Poor
I mean,
Pam.
it's
Now,
good because
now
I
we've
enjoy
been drinking.
Yeah.
So
Poor Pam.
Pam Thiel, and I hope I'm saying it
This is
right
good for us.
because I'm probably not, because I always mess up names, but she'll correct me when she gets on. But Pam, who is a friend of ours now, she has an amazing story too.
Mhm.
And she is the founder of, oh, you have it there, the remote retriever. And because you're always losing your remote. So Pam has created this. She has a reason why she created it. So we are going to get Pam on. And 3, 2, 1. Pam.
Hi.
Well, I'm eating, sorry.
Hello.
Hi, Zippy. I said that I
Nice
would
to
host
meet you. I haven't
guys.
met you yet.
Oh,
No,
she has
so-
her. What do you
Yes.
have there?
Here's my toast. And nice to meet you. To me, having hair like yours one day. I love it.
Oh,
She
thank
does
you.
love
your
hair.
hair.
Thank you. It was very freeing. Let me tell you. When I stripped all the color out, it was very freeing.
Well, it's beautiful, the cut and everything. Love
Thank
it.
you.
You're welcome.
So, Pam, you were a little down in the weather yesterday. So
I read that.
under the weather.
Had
Oh,
surgery yesterday. Had an implant put
She had
in.
surgery. So
Biopsies, the works.
I said to Rachel this morning, did you see Pam's Facebook status? I said, is she going to be? I said, I don't know if she's going to be here. I'm like, I'm actually shocked that you're here. We haven't met before, but I've been following you on Facebook.
Ask
I
Rachel.
told
I tell her I'm like that used car that you loan to a friend and say, now don't turn it off or it won't start again. So I don't turn off or I'm afraid I won't start again.
Oh my word.
I just keep going.
I love her
Oh,
accent.
Texas.
I
East
love all that
Texas.
Southern in Texas. And do you do yeehaw?
Not so much, but I use y'all all the time.
Yeah.
I'm
Y'all.
Florida,
And we actually have Pamisms. It's called Pamanese.
Uh-oh.
And I just make up my own words because I hate that people have name things that don't have the name that you think it is. Why don't we name things by the function?
Oh my God, it's like Rachel Lee's.
Yeah.
We have
It's
Rachelisms.
Pamanese.
We
Well,
have
we have
Rachelisms on the show.
We can have a whole show about Pamanese.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We have had a whole show. They did a birthday roast for me, and it was all of the Rachelisms. One of our guests here, who is a very good friend of mine, she keeps a going list, and every time I say something, she writes it, or someone will text her what I said. But you're like me.
Well, she owns it. Pam has owned it.
I'm the Texas version of you.
I love it.
You're my Italian cousin.
That's a show.
There you go.
Oh, I'm in trouble
I got
now.
to use
Did you ever try to sit on your hands and see if you could talk?
I'm a teacher and I have Italian in my family and it just comes natural. I talk with my hands. If I sit on my hands, I would be so ADHD that I wouldn't pay attention to you. I would be just worried about my hands the whole time. Then I'd be like, oh, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Would not work.
So
Okay, the song, my hands are connected to my ear bones. My ear bones are connected to my mouth bone. You need all of it to work together. It doesn't work.
well, Rich said, how do you get an Italian to stop talking? Grab their
They
hands.
grab their hands.
Oh, we do that. You grab them just like this and you hold them and you like pull yourself to them and you're like, honey, baby, honey. Not right now. Not right now. I love
I
you.
was saying she's
I love
sorry
you.
for me because now there are two of you doing it.
I just used to read that to you. That's funny.
But you know what? The Jew does it too. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Jews and Italians,
They're the same.
Like a duopi.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what they.
the same.
And plus, I've got Jewish and Italian, so I am in trouble. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
she's
We're
really,
so Italian that during Thanksgiving and Christmas, where we have a traditional Thanksgiving and Christmas with turkey and ham and stuff, we have pasta and gravy, and it's not spaghetti.
Oh, thank you so
Pasta
much because my mother said gravy.
gravy.
Rachel doesn't use the word gravy.
Pasta and gravy.
Thank
no,
you.
we use sauce, but
Use the
it's
sauce. My
not,
mother said gravy.
We do too.
It's a geographical thing.
yeah, it's a geographical thing of gravy and sauce. It's
Okay.
not. So Pam,
Yes.
let's talk about your story a little bit. First of all, you came out with
I invented.
you invented the remote retriever,
The remote retriever.
which
Correct.
it's amazing
Thank
because
you. It's
and
on
I
my remote.
did a
I'm gonna put it
little
on my remote right now.
I
did
have
a
mine on
little
my remote.
question on my Facebook page, and I asked about how many people lose their remotes, and whose fault is it usually? And
Can I put this on my phone?
95% of people said that either their children, their husband, their dog, like
That's true.
It's you.
everybody loses their remote.
The Nielsen Surveying Company says that 285 million people lose their remote on a regular basis. And in our household, I have a nonverbal autistic son who's 11. His name is Hayden. And Hayden had lost our remote control 3 times in 1 month. And I kept having to go buy new remotes. And I'm going to show you a picture of Hayden. This is Hayden.
Aw.
Oh, wow. He's a big boy.
He is adorable. And I don't know if you guys know, but you cannot change the channel without a remote today.
No, you
There's
can't.
no
There's no
walking over
buttons.
to the TV and hitting a button.
No.
You're like, where is it? So you
Nope.
have to have the remote. And my choices were, since we stream and use Fire Stick, we could buy a new Fire Stick, the whole set for $40, but then you have to reprogram everything. Or you can buy a new remote for $60 and everything's pre-programmed. Yes. So I'm like, there has to be a better way. And then this is November 2019. Then in 20, my dad had lost his twice and I bought his. And so I said, you know what? I'm doing it. So I bought a book and I started reading on RFID and long range LoRa. And I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm a teacher by trade. I own a sign company and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I know nothing about electricity except you hit the switch and it comes on, you turn the switch off and it goes off. So I was like, I'm gonna learn this, and I realized I can't. So then I started hiring people out to do it for me, and I hired electrical engineers, audio engineers, mechanical engineers, general engineers to come up with all of it to see if it would even work. And it did, and this is what we got. I worked on it with my 2 business partners, and I would go into ICU at MD Anderson Cancer Institute, and I would work from the hospital bed. And the doctors would come in and say, you need to rest. And I'm like, no, I need to work because I have 2 kids. And here's my motivation. I have 2 kids. I have a 16-year-old, Dylan, and I have the 12-year-old nonverbal autistic son, Hayden. And as a mother, your first thing is you want your kids to succeed and move on and live independently. And I know that my older son will. He will get married. He'll have a career. He'll have a family. But Hayden, I don't know. I'm going to cry. I don't know if he will. I don't know if he'll have to live in a home when I die or if his brother will take care of him. So I'm like, I am determined, if it's the last thing I do on this planet, to get this product made and out to the world so that Hayden has a legacy and Hayden can have something to move forward with. And that's what I did. And that's why I've worked nonstop. Sick. I mean, like yesterday, had surgery, had biopsy, had an implant put in, and here I am, because this is going to be something that I make sure gets
You
to the world.
are 100% a go-getter. And
That's a very powerful motivation too. I mean, your children, your child's welfare for the rest of their life.
absolutely.
You know,
I wrote down a number and on a piece of paper and put an envelope, and I put it in our safe. And it's a number that I will never tell anybody. And that when not if, when we sell enough of these, that we're doing really, really well. When we get licensing deals with the new patent pending with television companies, and I hit that number, every single penny that should be profit after that number will go toward special needs children and special need adult homes for special needs people whose families die, so that they have something, because there's so much abuse and so much neglect in that area, because there's no money left and they have no family left, and they're just put in state homes. And I don't want my son to ever have that. I know that's where I am. I don't cry.
It's incredible.
It's scary.
Well, one of the things I have to say is with the remote retriever, it's a problem.
You want to come say hi?
Losing the remote is a problem, and
you can.
You've created a solution, and that's, I think, one of the key things about a successful business is having that it being a solution to something that's needed. And
it's a real problem. You can't find your remote.
It was, the solution was somewhere for families to go. With you, it's a
peace of mind
problem, like losing the remote. First of all, you waste so much time looking for the remote, and then you're yelling at the kids and when my grandkids lived here, my daughter's house, one time it caught on fire and she had to come and stay with us. And another time she sold her house, was buying another one. The other one fell through. So her and the three and my son-in-law, the five of them came into my house, and boy, the remote was going. And we'd pull up the cushions, we'd find Lucky Charms, no remote. Emblems, no remote.
I made a post the other day of all the things that we found: a ball, a sock, some batteries, some Cheerios, but no remote. And it doesn't have to be kids. We make a joke that my dad is 70 and he is a veterinarian, so very intelligent, but he loses his remote 3-4 times every day. And here's how he does it. He goes to bed and he puts the remote on his chest.
Yep.
And he falls asleep. And then when he wakes up in the morning, he throws the covers off. And so the hi, Gilman. He throws the covers off, and the remote could be on the other side of the bed, wrapped up in the blankets, behind the bed, in between the mattresses, anywhere. So then he has to go use his little morning routine in the bathroom and come out and turn the news on, but where's the remote? He finds it, and now easily with the touch of a button, and then he goes to work. And when he comes home, he makes something to eat, sits in his recliner, turns the TV on, sits the remote in his lap where it falls on the side of the recliner in between the cushions, and whoop, he lost it again. So it's not lost.
Your dad is my husband. So I want to tell you, I got to tell you this. When my kids lived here, when Chrissy was here with the kids, he would, like you said, he'd lay on the couch and put the remote down and fall asleep, but it would usually go right down by his crotch. And it'd be going down. It'd be losing. Like his ass is eating it or something. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Carissa would go, Mom.
Not touching that one.
Not touching that. Yeah. Did you get the remote?
part of my plan.
And
So they
so
won't change the
I'd
thing.
have to
There you go.
carefully. And at night when I go to bed, because he goes to bed before me, because I'm up till 2 or 3 working, but he'll go to bed. I'll come in. If he falls asleep with that remote on his chest or somewhere, it could be under the covers, under his pillow, across the room, out the friggin' window.
Well, now you just push the button, don't you?
Now,
I just want you to do one because my thing is although I'm going to actually take this off of here because I have more of these sticky things from something else. I'm
Uh-huh.
actually going to put it on my phone
Well,
because
you can put it on anything. We have it. My kindergarten teacher has it on her phone.
yeah, I need it on my phone.
16-year-old has it on his game controller.
Yeah.
Hayden has it on his iPad, and then he has surgery on Friday to have a pin removed from his leg. And since he doesn't talk, he still needs us when he's hurting or needs to use the bathroom or things that he can't do now that he's in a wheelchair for a little while. So I put it on a key ring.
isn't that great?
That's
And
so smart.
And then I put mine on a lanyard, and I would go anywhere I wanted to around the house. And I told him, if you need to go TT, you just press the button and mommy will come to you. And the blue light shows that he's looking for me. And then when
Isn't
it
that
finds
great?
it blinks green.
Oh my word. So I always know where my computer is. So mine is going to sit on my computer because my computer is my right hand. But my husband thinks I'm losing my mind because I will put my phone down and then 2 minutes later I'm looking for it.
A better
I wanna
idea.
know how
A better
many
idea is
people-
take this
Yeah.
and put your sticker on it and put it on a light switch. The light switch is going nowhere. You know it'll always be there.
That's it.
That's great.
It's going on.
Light
The,
switch.
it's going on the back of my. I'm gonna have to pry it off of here now.
And if you have an elderly person, family member come live with you,
it's
with
like a life
hospice or
alert for
anything,
someone.
it's like a personal nurse's call button.
Yeah.
And you can feel safe to go outside and work in the yard or check the mail or just go sit by the pool without worrying about, do they need me? So yeah, as amazing as it is for families who need it for their remote control, there are so many other things that you could use it for. And here's some great things. Let me pull it up so I can read it to you. People will ask, isn't there an eye tag? There is. Isn't there a tile? There is. But here's the thing. They're in trouble. They use GPS, and people are taking them. Criminals are taking them and putting them underneath the bumper of your car and following you home and robbing you. We don't use GPS. You do not need a smartphone. You do not need an app. You do not need a subscription. If you get a tile, a cube, or an AirTag, after you buy it for $30, you then have to pay $19 a month or $24 a month to make it work. When you buy mine, you own it. The battery in this one lasts for 10 years, and the battery in this lasts 3 to 5 years. Yes. The battery in this one is replaceable.
And is it one of those little round disky batteries that
Yes, a CR2450 is in here.
Oh, I know exactly what it is because my garage door opener has
So
one.
hold on 1 second. I want to know from our audience, because I'm seeing some comments from them. What do you lose every week? Like for me, it's my keys, my phone,
My
he
glasses,
has the remote. But
whatever.
what do you lose constantly each week? I see someone
My
said
mind.
she needs one on her phone. Someone gave an idea. She has a work ID, a lanyard. So she could put it on that because she always loses that. Someone else's phone. Glasses.
I know.
Okay, well, we're actually in the process of making a smaller one called the glass retriever, and so that you can put it on your glasses. Yeah. And I'm looking off because I'm looking for some photos to send you of them on the, okay, I found them. I'm gonna send it to you so you can do what you want with it. Here is Hayden, Dylan. We have them on keys. So here we go. I'm sending this to you now, and I don't know if you have
both pieces, you get the little sticky.
You get the little sticker. I just put it right on the back of my phone just now on my case. It's fine on a phone or on the case. It'll work.
Wait,
my
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
sister
wait.
it's smaller than a
Yeah.
pop socket.
You put this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's better. And it fits on, I have a pop socket and it doesn't interfere with it at all. I just put it
You
just
know what?
low
I
enough
always
to my-
lose. I always
Rachel,
lose.
check your text message.
I always lose this.
What is that?
My external drive.
Oh, put it on it.
Oh.
You know what? This is the kind of thing you want to have a couple. You want to have a few of in the house. But I love the idea of putting it on a light switch. Oh my gosh, it's going nowhere. It's a great idea.
Oh, look, her son has it on the
Game controller.
game controller.
And then that's
Oh,
Dylan.
what a great
And-
gift.
And then Hayden has it on his iPad. And then there they are on keys.
The key.
iPad, that's great.
Because a lot of them that I think like tile and stuff, they're big. This is a good size too. That's the other thing. Tile, I think, is larger, correct? Those other ones are a bit larger.
I don't know, but now that she said the whole GPS thing, that kind of freaks me out.
Yeah, freaks me
GPS
out.
freaks me
I'm
out
not,
too.
I'm not liking that at all. But this, look, it's small enough to fit. And I probably could put it this
There's
way,
a
but I didn't.
question
What's that?
from the audience. If you need more than one, can you use just one retriever? Like, can I have two of these with one of these?
Well, not at this time. You cannot, because if you were to, how would you know which one's ringing? Because there's only one button. But that's something that my dad is like, we should create one that has 2 or 3 buttons on it so that you can have multiple. So if I could walk around my house with the computer in a minute, we have a black one in the living room on the Fire Stick. We have, this one is for the bedroom. We have, let's see, I have one in the bedroom, one in the bathroom, living room. That's 2. The boys have 3 in their room, and they all work independently. So you know which one's working. But we have a coupon code tonight called Compass 10 for the Compass Girls, COMPASS 10.
Girls, I love it.
And it is 10% off. And I can also, depending on how we're going to do a giveaway, we're giving away 4 sets. So I don't know how you want to give them away, but you can choose black or white. The only thing I would ask is that you pay the shipping for it, and it's less than $4. And then later on, we could probably come back if somebody needs multiple and do like buy one, get one, 25% off.
Nice.
Absolutely.
That's
awesome.
I'm so much more excited about this than I was initially. I got to tell you, because I don't lose the remote. So I was thinking, because it's 2 adults in the house, and I never touch the remote. It's always my husband, and he has a little table. It's always in the same place. And I'm like, I don't need that. And then I was thinking, this is small enough to go on my phone. I must lose my phone 3 or 4 times a day. There's a lot of things I lose.
Okay, I got to tell you something else. 2 more things. So the battery in this one's replaceable. The battery in this one is not, because we had them heat sealed. If you look at it right now, you can see around it, it's heat sealed. So that if you drop your phone or drop your anything, it's not going to pop open like the back of this does. So it'll last 3 to 5 years. But we advertise for safe measure that our distance is 150 feet. But a couple of weeks ago, Adam and I decided to get some measuring tapes and go out in the front yard and see how far. 322 feet.
Wow.
And it still worked, but we were both in the woods, so we couldn't go any further. So I don't know how many people that I know don't have houses that are 322 feet.
That's a lot of house.
And it'll go through walls, and it'll go through drawers. And we actually have some really funny people who have bought it who have little kids. You go through stages. Like for some reason, kids probably 15 months to about 36 months, they like to take the remote and hide it in their toy box or their toys. And it'll still work in the toy box, and it'll still work in the toys, because we had an audio engineer write the code for the perfect pitch and frequency, so no matter how old you are, you can still hear it. So if you listen to the tone is a custom written code. not like any other delete you hear. I'll do it one more time so you can hear it.
So someone asked, could you attach it to a child? Well, you could put it on a
Actually, yes.
on a
The other day, I took my son to a dig world, a dig land to play, like the one in New Jersey, Diggerland, and to kind of entice him for his surgery. And I thought, you know what would be great is to put this on a keychain on him, and tell him, or if you take your kid to the park, put this on them, click the button and say, when you hear the beep, come back to mommy.
Right.
You know, always see where they are, not that somebody, you know, runs off with them. But
someone said this is a
thing.
great present for people with kids. It is.
It is.
This is great for the Easter basket.
So they're $60, and if you break that down into the 10 years that you're going to keep it, that's $10 a year.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. Yeah.
And well, we thought about it. You know, if we go out to eat dinner, even if we go to lunch nowadays at Jack in the Box, it's $40 for 3 people.
Yeah.
So, and this way you have peace of mind of always knowing where your items are.
I love it.
That's a great way to keep track of the kids. That's so smart. You know, it's so funny. People will start getting really creative with how they use something.
He's making me put it on my phone because he says I lose my phone.
I do too. My husband told me I had to go to a memory. Listen, I'm going to some memory clinic to get my memory tested because I lose stuff all the time. I'm 68 years old. I'm allowed to have like little memory lapses. What happens with aging?
The problem isn't that she loses her phone all the time. The problem is she loses her phone, then she asks me to call it, but she never has her ringer on.
Yeah, that is a good.
Yeah, I turn my ringer off too. That's because I'm working. That's really smart.
She keeps it off all the time. I say
what if they die?
She's like 12 on my list of emergency contacts because she never picks up her phone.
All right, so
I'm gonna put one of these on her.
All right, how do I do this? It's
install one in Rachel.
Did you already? Is yours already paired?
Paired?
Did you pair it? Okay, to pair it, you can find the pairing instructions on our website. I made a video.
Well, there's actually a card too. There's a card.
Yes, that card about instructions.
Yeah, she's.
This is what I do.
Fire, aim.
I got this new thing.
She shoot, fire, aim.
I'm not very good with instructions.
Well, I don't know how to get this video on here.
No, that's okay. It's right here.
But I'm going to send it to you for your husband to watch because
I have it. There you go.
I made a video, and I'll show you a little bitty bit of this video. It's going to be a...
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I think I have it turned down.
The box and keep them within 7 inches of each other. Press the dog logo on the base to activate it.
Oh,
Press
see,
the button on
I
the back
can
of
do
the
that.
tag to activate it.
I could follow a video.
Great, it is on. Let's wait for the tag to make an intermittent sound.
That's it.
Perfect. I can do that.
I hired a company out of New York who had a sister office in London to do my first marketing video, and I had to give them all the information, and we worked together. And then when it got down to the nitty gritty, they're like, okay, do you have your actors? And I said, no. And they said, well, that's okay. We can get actors for you. Do you know how many you want? I said, I don't know, maybe 2. And they said, okay, do you want man, woman, man, man, woman, woman? I'm like, I guess a man and a woman. And they're like, okay, age. Do you want 20, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? I was like, I don't know. They said, do you want white, white, black, Asian, black, Mexican, black? And I'm like, what? And they're like, well, you have to be very careful of what you get because people will judge you and say this product is for me or is not for me. I'm like, hold up. In a 20, 30-second commercial. Yeah. So I'm like, hold off and let's figure something out. I went home, or I got home and I made a flip book.
There you
and
go.
I made a basically a cartoon using my dad's name. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Because I figured nobody can get mad at a stick figure.
There you go. Perfect.
Milton gets frustrated
Stick
when he
figure.
can't find his remote because he's lost
Can't
or
get mad at a
misplaced it.
stick figure.
Milton wastes time and misses the news
That is
because
too
he's
funny.
looking for his remote
Oh
control.
my God. Okay.
We can bring Hayden over here.
Going overboard with PC. I'm like,
Remote
this is
retriever.
crazy.
Milton
What
Is that
Sam? What'd you
Hayden?
say?
Hayden, come say hi. I'm gonna introduce you to Hayden.
Yes,
Okay.
because he's the inspiration here.
Hayden
Yeah.
is the inspiration. Hayden, can you say hi?
Hi,
And
Hayden.
this is
Hi,
Dylan.
Hayden. All these people, everybody say hi to Hayden.
Hayden, did we make the remote retriever for you? How does it work? Uh-oh. Hayden just had surgery, so he's in a wheelchair for a few days or a few weeks.
Ah.
Wow.
Looks like he's in really good spirits.
He wants to go.
For someone who has had
Come tell him
surgery,
bye-bye.
he's real happy.
Everyone's saying hi. Bye-bye. Oh, my gosh.
That is the whole reason that I invented it.
That's your
and
inspiration
that is the
right
whole
there.
reason
That's the
that,
inspiration. That's right.
it has to take off and it has to be
It's gonna.
successful.
It's a great product. It's absolutely gonna. And we are gonna help you, and so is everybody here.
Yes.
So how do we want to do our
People
giveaway?
who are here, don't forget, tell your friends because I mean you have the inside information. So tell your friends because I know that all of you have friends who have kids and or older or parents who maybe it slides down in that recliner. Mine's always
Yes,
under the
yes.
pillow, or
So
whatever.
wait, I have some fun facts. It's fun
I'm
facts.
ready.
Okay. So there are 335 million TV remote controls hanging around the US, but that doesn't include the numbers of original remotes that have been lost and no longer with us. More than 45% of us lose the remote control to our TVs at least once a week. At least once a week.
Wow.
Once a week.
That's a high percentage. 45% of all Americans, of all people?
45%, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. You figure just in my house, there's 2 people.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
the common household has a minimum of 4 remotes. Our minimum is about 10. We have like 10.
Yeah, because you have the one that goes to the TV. You have that one. Then if you have any auxiliary stuff, like any little, I used to have the Apple TV box. I don't have it anymore. But then you had one to that, and then yeah, you're right. I have a remote for the radio, for the Bose radio. I have a remote for. You're right. There's a
Ceiling
ton of
fans.
the
Yeah.
ceiling fans. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot of remotes.
I'll give
Okay.
you some more fun facts. Are you ready for this? Where is your remote? 49% of remotes are found in the couch. 8% of the couch remotes, when they're lost, are found in the bathroom. 8% are found in a dresser drawer. 4% are found inside the freezer or the refrigerator. And then 2% are found outside of the house.
Outside?
Yeah, like somebody took them in the car or took it outside. Yes.
Although I'll tell you what.
A great
Well,
question would be,
we
where
have
is the
to
craziest
TV
place
from
that
outside.
you found your remote?
Wow.
When we used to have the remember the phones that went into the stands,
Cradles.
the cordless phones that went into the stands. You remember those?
I got one right there. Right
So many times I would think my remote or my phone and I'd find the remote in the phone.
Oh, you put it in that? How funny.
Yeah, messed up. All right. So the average so this was a survey done. The average person surveyed lost 9 items daily. Z, this is you and me.
Wow.
So that's nearly 3,300 items per year, 60 hours lost per year, or close to 2.5 days. So on an average of 60.5 years of adult life, Z.
Wait, 60 years. I'm a lot older than that.
That's nearly 200,000 items lost,
Yeah.
3,680 hours wasted, and 150 days in a lifetime.
Wow.
That's me.
The most commonly lost items for adults. Oh my God. Keys, that's me. Phone, that's me.
That's me.
Pen, how many times?
Yeah.
Where's my pen? What?
Yeah, I got it all over the house. That nah.
Glasses,
All the time. That's why I can't wait till she makes something for glasses
remote
because
control.
I only wear them for distance, so I wear them on my head when I'm close.
Yep.
So
Remote
put 'em
control,
down.
that's me, all 5.
Wow.
Money,
I don't lose money.
I say instead of money, credit card should be on there, or my bank card. I'm forever losing my bank
Oh
card.
wow.
Socks and
Well,
phone,
yeah, that happens.
phone charger. I mean, socks, I blame the wash machine and dryer on that one. But
Since I do a lot.
phone charger, I don't lose that. But my bank card or my
How do you lose your bank card?
because I use it, I call up for pizza and then
Oh, yeah, you have it in front of you. You put it down.
or okay, seriously, I'm not going to show you which cards they are, but these are just on my desk because I was shopping.
Oh,
So, and now they're not in my wallet. And guess what? They've been sitting there for 3 days.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I guess I do the same thing because I went to Sam's Club the other day and didn't have my Sam's Club card. How do you not have it when it's always in your wallet? Well, I ordered online. I ordered
And left on your desk.
Never have it.
Yeah, it was on my desk at home. So yeah, you're right.
I go up to the desk and I ask for the coupon book that I forgot and
Yeah.
give me my number. Okay, so
I'm very excited. I'm so much more excited about this than I was before the show. I'm being honest here.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
4, and I'd like to bring Christina back in.
While you do that, I'm gonna grab something to show Zippy,
Okay.
and I'll let
Okay.
you decide how the giveaway is gonna go. And I'm gonna grab something.
Well,
'Cause I'm
they
gonna change
win for
I'm gonna change your-
the comments.
I'm gonna change your mind and your life with some glasses. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Christina, I'm bringing you back.
Well, I'm still eating the same brownie that was sugar free. That's actually good.
Oh, there's Christina. Okay, wait, we got to change the.
Yeah, let's do 4 across. Can we do 4 across?
I'm trying to figure that
I'll
out.
move wherever I have to move.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, look, we're
Okay.
like the Brady Bunch.
Zippy, are you ready?
I'm gonna quote the final
speaking
passage in your
hold
book. I know it, Christina.
I've
Can
already
you
read
see this?
something
Yeah.
that
Oh, I've seen
Christina
those.
wrote really quick. I
It
just
just
want to
goes
read this.
around here, and when you're
Yeah.
done, when you're ready, you undo it and you put it on. And
Those are
when
the
you're ready to
magnetic
put them
ones.
off,
Yeah.
magnetic, you open it, and it's just like a necklace.
Oh, there you go, Zay. I want to
So-
read this because I meant to and forgot before. But
Hi.
oh, Christina,
Yeah,
Pam,
Pam.
Christina.
Oh, hi.
Pam.
Hi.
Peel.
Okay, so
All right.
I just want to read something that Christina wrote, and she said, surprisingly, previous problems seemed undoubtedly simple, like the 70s TV Brady Bunch simple. And I find it ironic that I, of all people, have chosen to relate my life to not only a family, but also one of pop culture's happiest families. So the Brady Bunch, the song, part of it, when it's time to change, you got to rearrange who you are and what you're going to be. A little bit of living, a little bit of growing, all adds up to you. Love that because I love but I wanted to read that. Like some of the things that you said in here, like really resonated. But I love that we have this because so I could say hi, Christina.
I know.
I don't remember how it works. Let's see.
And then oh no, I gotta go opposite for Zippy.
I know.
I'll take it.
And
It's
then I
okay.
go down for Pam. And then
Oh,
I
I
go,
love
Okay,
that.
I'll look up.
oh my gosh, we are the Brady Bunch right here. And Rachel's moving her camera and I can get to see her hand.
Okay, there we go. Because when I went to this thing, it went like it showed my whole room.
That's all right.
Well,
Well,
no,
I don't know
have-
if you guys can see it or not, but the bear that you're with is on my video. He seems so angry. He like lights up. Does he light up for you guys?
No, I don't know why he's doing that because I have a weird background, but he is angry because somebody stole his honey. But
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, he's on the Monster Mini Golf Course in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's very
That's
cute.
Awesome.
Oh, I love it. So I have some fun facts for women,
okay.
but I have to clear my throat. Okay, so this is for us. Women don't prefer taking risks because of their bigger angular. Whoa, I'm not. I don't
She
like
can't read
that.
her own notes.
I
I
disagree.
don't like that one. I'm reading it.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
She
so
doesn't give me any notes, by the way. So
I know.
She
I
makes
take
notes.
notes.
I wing it, which is why I'm like,
I just put it there because I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't proofread it. So we don't prefer taking risks because our cortex prevents us, the way our cortex is, the angular cingulate cortex, it prevents us from jumping into danger. But I don't believe that
I'm sorry.
because I take risks all the
You
time.
got poor people.
I think I identify as a man.
Businesses in their lives. I've
Yeah.
bought and sold business. I've
Yeah.
started and sold businesses. You've done.
I'll give a BS on that one. That was
Bullshit.
from a
Big
medical
down now.
place. I call BS on that. Okay, this is true. Women are better multitaskers than men.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Agree.
Women speak 13,000 more words than men on a daily
True.
basis.
That's probably true.
Okay. Okay.
Women get drunk faster than men because the female body has less water in it. So the alcohol affects us more. We also sweat less. I believe
No,
that.
I sweat a lot.
I
I'm a
sweat.
I
sweater.
don't sweat at all, but I get alcohol affects me. I the only time I drink is on the show and at home because it affects me. I'm such a lightweight that it affects me too much, and
Yeah,
I don't like feeling out of control. I feel comfortable in this situation because I'm home, but I don't like the feeling of being out of control or feeling out of control.
Yeah,
so I
me
don't
neither.
like drinking out.
No, but I'll have
Plus,
a
I
drink
work in
at
bars,
a restaurant.
and you see the ugliness of it.
Yeah, yeah.
When
Oh,
I'm on
definitely.
vacation, I'll have a
I-
drink.
I don't
Rachel
like booze in my
like a pirate.
facilities either. But
Yeah,
I
was
do
thinking-
love
I was
to.
thinking
I'm
about
a
that.
watcher. I like to go somewhere and watch other people become idiots.
Oh
I think it's hilarious.
yeah, no, and Christina knows if you've worked in the bar business, and we had one up, which was I'm sure if you were
Oh,
there,
yeah.
we had one up, and we had Steeple Street, and we had 133 Thames, and we had a bunch of and it's ugly, and
It
I
does.
got it can be.
I can drink.
You can drink. I just I'm
Just saying.
small. I'm a little shorty. I'm like 5 feet tall, and
Although I
you know.
don't drink all the time, but you would think for my size and
Well,
everything.
you're small
that-
too. You're a 5-footer.
But you know what? I'm a smart drinker. Like I make sure I eat. If I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna make sure I eat. I do water in between because I don't. Although I have gone in a couple of supers, but the only time I've done that, I was with Rach, so I was perfectly safe. If I'm out with my friends, I'm very careful. That's a different story.
Don't let Rachel.
When I'm with him, whatever. He's not me.
It'll always be home. I don't like the feeling.
Pirate.
I can outdrink a pirate. Yes.
Then I'm drinking water.
That's
all
my
night.
superpower.
I
All right,
just learned something because I thought water would make you more drunk if you drink water and alcohol at the same time.
No, it helps
No,
you.
Dilute
no.
it.
Flushes you.
Got it.
Flushes you. I also have a little patch thing that I carry in
Oh,
my
yeah, I have that patch somewhere.
just in case. So it's all like vitamins and stuff, and you put the patch on. So I carry it with me so that this way, if I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna have a few, I pop that on, and then that helps because it gives you like electrolytes and stuff. I'm a smart drunk.
Responsible.
Yeah, smart. The negative for me is, and maybe it's partially aging. I mean, when I was young, it was different when I was, like 21. Well, drinking age was 18 when I was 18. So, but when I used to go out,
Now I drink less.
Now I have to drink a lot of water after, and I'm up all night. I wake up constantly to drink water, which means I'm going to constantly be running to the bathroom. So I'll sleep all night if I drink. So it's just not worth it.
I drank less when I was younger, and I think because my kids were little, I was more worried about them. Like if
for those who don't know, Rachel had her first child. How old were you? 17, 16 years old.
Oh.
So yeah, you lost a lot of that youth. I
didn't, because my mom.
You tried it after?
My mom would keep her, and then we would be able to go out. And but if my mother wasn't keeping her overnight, then we didn't drink. We just went out for whatever, and then came home. If my mother was keeping her overnight, then it was different. Then I could drink. But I mean, technically I wasn't supposed to be drinking then because I wasn't 21. But we're not going to talk about that.
I was 18 was the drinking age. And Christina may remember the place. I just went to the gallery. That's it. I was at the gallery every night. It was the best place to dance. It was the best place to dance.
Here's a fun fact. Yeah. Women love their female bestie more than their partner.
Yeah. Well.
No, you don't love me more than Alan.
I don't know. I'm married 40. How many years? 40-something years.
Even though sometimes
you're still new. 12 years. He's 40-something years. You're newer. You're like the newer thing.
I'm your new thing. Let's see. Women use
different. It's not the same kind of thing.
We use our silence to express pain, or if
I use my silence for anger. If I'm always talking, and if I get quiet, something's wrong. I'm mad.
She said, if she stops.
If I stop talking, it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm the ice queen.
Yeah, I get quiet too when I'm mad.
No.
Or
I get a mouth.
Yeah, I do the one word. Yeah. Fine.
Oh, and around our household they ask, are you fine, or are you woman fine?
That's right.
What
That's
fine
right.
are you?
Well, they say if you ask a woman, is everything okay? And she says yes, it's not. Or if
she
you
says
ask
fine,
her
it's not fine.
She says fine, it's not.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have no problem expressing things.
So you don't get quiet if you're angry or sad or anything?
No, I get really. I'm not a nice person.
Belligerent.
I've learned over the years, if I don't let it out, it'll eat me up. So
really?
I can get ugly, let it out. And then it's done. But once it's out of me, it's done.
Yes,
then I'm fine because it's out of my system. I need to get things out of my system and I'm done. It's just something over the years I've learned about myself that it's not worth letting something eat me up inside. It's just
mine's not about eating me up. Mine is if you make me mad or you really, really hurt me, I have to get quiet and internalize it, or I am going to come back with the sharpest tongue and hurt you.
Oh, that's what I do.
I get ugly.
I don't care.
Yeah. So I try to eat my words first, and I try to internalize it so I don't completely mutilate.
Yeah, Zippy, that's how men handle it.
What? Yell?
They just.
I talk first. Yeah, no. I used to buy stuff at the dollar store that I could break and throw.
When I got diagnosed with cancer, we went to a bunch of I don't know what they are even called up there, thrift shops, junk stores, and we would buy just a crap load of old cups and plates.
Smash them.
And what we would do is we come outside and throw them against a tree and break them. just to be angry, or use
I love it.
use
Good idea.
sledgehammers to break them. Because I got diagnosed with cancer, and people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Why are you sorry? You didn't give it to me. I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Walmart and just pick it up. It just happens." And I can't be angry because there's somebody that's sicker than me, and I'm not the healthiest, but I'm not the sickest. And I can't be angry because my kids have a roof over their head. We have everything we have. There are people whose kids literally walk 5 miles to a dirty river to get water to drink with flies in their eyes. They have no shoes. They have blisters. We have everything. Poor in America is not poor. Poor in America
Well,
just
I
means
want
you
to
don't
go
get
buy
luxuries.
some glasses at the dollar store because I want to throw some glasses at trees. Okay, so
It's
I'm
fun.
giving-
It's fun.
You know what?
I'm giving
I
some
mean,
insight.
therapeutic.
I'm
It's
gonna
therapeutic. Yes.
and maybe I shouldn't share this because I don't want you guys to think bad of me. But
Sure you do. No.
Rach has taken many things thrown at him. Usually, though, I don't know why, and maybe it's an Italian thing, it always has to do with food or sauce. And there have been times that he actually had to paint because he pissed me off and I threw the stuffed shells at him. And they hit the wall.
See?
So, to this day, one of his best friends calls me the night before Thanksgiving and says, "Happy anniversary of the shelling," because shells. Because his friend was with him, and I was like, I was like Nolan Ryan, right? He's a good pitcher. And he had to paint. So for real, and I don't know what it is about food. One time my mother came in and my mother's so cool. She walks in the dining room, and there's spaghetti like hanging.
Yes, I see that. It says it right there. It says, "Yes, you did spaghetti" on my screen.
Yeah.
Your mother saying.
She walked in and she was like, "So,
Thanks, Eileen.
how you doing? You made spaghetti for dinner."
Yeah. We all have different ways to let it out.
But I mean, now I'm calm, cool, and collected. I'm older and I'm wiser.
She says that like I'm not sitting here.
But
Well, you know what? It's healthier. I just find it healthier for me personally to get something like that done and out. Whatever way you have to do it, as long as you're not harming someone else. And and if it's a partner and they know you're triggered, they know enough to just it's a deaf ear. They know what's going. When I'm upset with you, I have certain things that I say to you when I'm.
I've never heard you yell at me though. I might cry if you yelled at me like that.
No, but I have for you. I just say to you, "I'm out." That's what I say. I'm out. I quit. I'm out, and then I walk away. And
I'm done. Is my safe word is I'm done.
And then 2 minutes later, I'm fine. But I know I need to do that. I need to close the door. I need to do something just for that moment.
Yeah. Sometimes a good door slamming just feels so good.
Go to a garage sale, buy a thing of somebody who's getting a divorce, buy their good china, and break it against a tree.
Just smash it. Yeah.
Smash the crap out of it. And here's a great thing. If you're a DIYer, you can break all of it and then put it in a box and make like a tabletop with it.
Like
with all the broken pieces. Yes.
And we had that.
So then you harness your energy to do something cool.
Oh.
Can we do our giveaway? Because I have to go and feed the boys.
That's right.
Yeah. I got another call at 7.
All right.
I'm sorry.
We're giving away 4 of mine.
Yes, 4. We're giving away 4. And then we announce the winners next week.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Next week we'll announce the winners at the end of the show. And of course, if anybody wants to come in and chat, we're here. So next week is actually going to be Zippy and I
in bed.
We're going to be in bed. The show is going to be, I got to go get new sheets, I feel like, because it's going to be in my bed. She's like, ah.
I'm gonna be in the death pool in your bed anyway. So,
Which means I gotta like clean the room, make it all nice.
no, you just no.
You know, because I haven't done my switch clothes. I've been taking warm clothes out, so I have the winter clothes, the summer clothes, the spring. I'm like all over the place.
So yeah, next week it'll be Compass Girls from the bedroom. Oh,
Yeah.
this one's not going to be the. We're not doing a.
It's like it's.
Is there no vibrators this week? Because I'm like
No. It's nothing.
Been there, done that.
Nothing sexual.
Okay,
it's
good.
all about like not sleeping, how to get good sleep. It's all about like we're gonna fix your like sleepless.
No one's gonna fix the sleeping problem.
Yeah.
No one fixes menopause. Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
We have a couple winners.
Yes. Next week.
So Pam, you said you had to go because we have like a whole bunch of winners we need to announce.
Yeah, Pam,
I don't want to make you
need
stick
to go.
around.
Feel free to just.
The boy Dylan already came and poked his head out and goes, "What's for dinner?"
Oh, go!
I have a call in 4 minutes, so I have to go.
Yes.
I have another call.
Go!
Thank you both
Before you
so
go.
much. I'm gonna
We love
email
you.
you both. Thank
right.
you.
Christina, before you go, I wanted just to tell you, I put it in the comment that it was actually noteworthy here. I wrote down, what is the risk and is it worth it? I think that those are some things that are tattooable.
Yeah, I agree.
Always
Thank
ask
you.
yourself.
Thank you. Thanks, girls. That was fun.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
It was such a pleasure having you on.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
thanks a lot.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, I gotta move. Okay, I'm all right.
What? Oh, no,
No,
I'm
that's
not
good.
here anymore.
Awesome.
Okay.
Am I going to IPL myself? Well, no. Are we giving away our prizes now?
Yes.
It's like
Okay.
almost 10 o'clock.
Holy
It's 3
Toledo.
minutes of 10. I'm getting tired. I love you guys, but I'm getting tired.
Okay. Holy cow. All right. We're gonna do this quickly.
What first?
So this is Celia.
Celia? You keep putting an I in that.
Oh, what did I do here?
This is the
Celia.
and this is the let me see if I got it. The creme rose and the mask, the glacier clay mask.
Yeah,
the
it's
glacier clay mask.
The glacial.
But I think we're giving away the glacial collection, right? Not
yes.
this one.
The
so
glacial
not the
collection.
It's the newest one.
That is going to Vicky Kazenza.
Woo! Congratulations, Vicky! Woohoo!
And then we have the ice cream sunscreen, which is you are getting
a little light. And then I've got get you ready for summer, some good SPF 30. With a really nice moisturizing feeling. It almost feels like it's protecting your skin.
So you're getting the entire line of the ice cream sunscreen, and that is going to Anne-Marie Wajersky.
Congratulations, Anne-Marie. Woohoo!
And then so this is what we're going to do. We are going to put a link into the Compass Girls because I want to make sure I got everybody who brought a friend.
Yeah.
And so if you brought a friend tonight, you're going to fill out the form for yourself and for your friend. And then this is for the Be On Guard. And if there's extra, we are going to pull the winners.
We'll just draw from.
Yeah, I don't want to miss anybody. So that link will be in there on the Compass Girls page tomorrow.
Okay,
So, so go on the page tomorrow and just fill out the form for yourself and for your friend, because I did see a bunch of friends here tonight. And that is that. Okay, so as we said, next week we are in bed. The show is totally from bed.
am I going to wear my PJs?
Oh, yeah, we're going to be in PJs. I'll be in PJs, not in what I normally wear to bed, which is nothing. So I will have on PJs.
Come on. I wear.
No, don't want to see
I
that.
wear a nightgown. Yeah, I'll have a
Anyway, we thank you so much for sticking out with us.
10 o'clock.
Yep, 2-hour show. That was great. But I'll tell you, these women are amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very inspirational. And I think hopefully we all took something away from them. And don't forget, you can order this on Amazon and Remote Retriever. You know what? Sign up for the newsletter. The links will be in there.
Yes, that's right. So again, thank you. If you were listening in a car, thanks for the ride. Ciao.